Let's have a look at tomorrow's game and see what's going on there. There's two more teams that haven't shown their faces yet. They are going to be doing that tomorrow. They start off in the tournament. It's Rajasthan and Punjab. Match number 4. Two teams that have been going through interesting evolutions, metamorphoses, journeys, change in personnel. If there's two teams, Joy, who are really aching to kind of prove themselves because they've made a few changes, especially Rajasthan, putting Sanju Samson as captain. It's these two teams. We're going to see something exciting from them hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, I also think you've been to too many corporate workshops, Evolution and Genesis, and we need to put this.
Look, I'm on like six board of directors.
No, but seriously, it'll be fun to see. And you saw what Punjab did last year. They made a charge right towards the end, which was really fascinating. And they were so close. They were heartbreakingly close. I still think they have the same problem as they did last year, which in that they don't have any all-rounders. So their batsmen bat, their bowlers bowl. It's a very, I think, Gaurav, you're a Punjabi, you don't. It's a very Punjabi thing to do. Yaar, bat karta hai ya ball karta hai, beech mein kya hota hai? Okay, you created one couple there somewhere, but I'm putting him as a Haryanvi. I'm not putting this.
Yeah, the chicken guy has sabji.
Yeah. Say, boy from Salt Lake and Jadavpur is talking in a Punjabi accent. First of all, I'm so happy someone's calling it Punjab.
Yeah. And it's not Pun.
Good call. Hearing the commentary.
No, Punjab. I mean, the thing is that PUN is pun. If you just break it up, it's pretty easy. Pun, jab. Punjab is better than Punjab, but it's okay. That's fine. Punjab is playing tomorrow against Rajasthan. Let's just have a look at the Punjab squad first and see who the 4 foreigners are going to be. Is Malan going to get a game tomorrow? So this is what the psychological strategy for Gale is, right? Leave him out of 3-4 games, and then he's gagging to get into the action, and then unleash him and he destroys everyone.
The funny thing is going to be, though, that Malan is a seriously good player who's desperate to earn his place back. He scored, he was number 1 ranked, but his place is the most vulnerable in that England side as they prepare for the T20 World Cup. But he's playing on a really good batting surface at the 1KD. I mean, you put him in, he'll give you runs at the 1KD, there's no doubt. But if Gale is in early, Gale will win you a game in no time. So at the 1KD, you really want Gale to be starting up front behind Rahul and Mayank and ahead of Nicholas Pooran and say, right, the 4 of you, just go for it. My only concern is what comes after those 4. Will that impact what happens the way the first 4 play? I think that is the issue for Punjab. Are they going to back their 5 and 6, which could be Shahrukh, could be Mandeep, could be Hooda, could be Sarfaraz, whoever? Are they going to back their 5-6 and play with freedom in the top 4? That is something I want to see.
Yeah, you don't want to see Rahul with even a semblance of the handbrake on. Yes, Joy? The handbrake of captaincy, as I call it.
No, absolutely. You don't want to, and they have sufficient power in that first 4. It is as powerful a first 4 as any in the IPL. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Gale, Rahul, Mayank and Pooran are as good a top 4 as any team in this tournament has. There's no doubt in my head about that. It's only after that it falls away. And what Harsha is talking about, the freedom to play. The other thing they could do is, play somebody like Moses Hendricks. Gives you another bowling option. He can bat a bit as well. And then you use him as...
Who does he play for?
Who does he play for? Let's get the squad up again, because are you saying he plays in place of Chris Jordan then? Because you definitely want to play a guy like Jordan.
So that's what I'm saying. You play either a Jordan or a Meredith or a Jai Richardson, maybe a Jai Richardson and a Moses Hendricks, and then you play Gale and Pooran. Because the problem is...
Yeah, go on.
No, absolutely. Harsha, you go on.
No, they still need 5 bowlers. Is Moses Hendricks one of 5 bowlers? The same problem happened last year when they played Jimmy Neesham.
Yeah.
They played Neesham as one of 5 bowlers and paid for it because he's not a 1 in 5 bowler. If they play Hendricks, who's the 6th Indian bowler? Because Hendricks is not a 4 overs bowler. Right? I mean, he could, but he's not a 4 overs bank. The moment you play Hendricks, then you need an Indian at 7 who can give you runs at 7, which is the Indian. I don't know Harpreet Brar. I must confess, I've not seen enough of Harpreet Brar. I had someone on Twitter suggesting Harpreet Brar could be that player. But if they have an Indian player batting at 7, capable of batting at 7, and giving you 2 or 3 overs, then straight away, Joy is right. You can start playing Moses Hendricks and back people like Shami, like Arshdeep, Ishan Porel, those kind of players to do well. And, and then just hope Bishnoi and Murugan continue to have a good season. Murugan Ashwin.
Yeah. So if you have Murugan Ashwin, Ravi Bishnoi, Mohammad Shami, Arshdeep, right? They were the ones who were playing. Yeah. You have to play. Chris Jordan is then playing at 7, and Moses is playing at 6. Then you can play Puran and Gale in the top. And then you have you can choose from between Mandeep, Sarfaraz, Prabh Simran showed promise last year as well. If you remember,
Prabh Simran.
Yeah,
but he doesn't pull either. The problem is what Joy said right at the start. Joy said right at the start. Ya to ye, ya to wo. That is
exactly. Exactly. That's right. Bhai, ya to pani, ya to soda. You can't have both in a drink. Yes, you cannot do that. So, well, that's a problem that's happening with Punjab. They need those 1 or 2 players who can give you the option and the confidence. Not just the option, it's also the confidence as well. You can't just have Chris Gale and Puran, Mayank Agarwal, Rahul, brilliant players, but you can't just bank on them to just blow the opposition away every time. And perhaps that's why this handbrake of responsibility seems to be there on the scoring rate.
My last point on that, sorry, I keep interrupting you. Sorry.
No, please.
My last point on Punjab is, or they could say, look, we'll just play our 5 best bowlers. Right? We've paid a lot of money. We'll play Jai Richardson, we'll play Riley Meredith, we'll play Mohammad Shami, and we'll play our 2 spinners, which is Bishnoi and Murugan Ashwin. And we'll say, right, 5 of you go and do the job with the ball. Jai Richardson at 7, come in and swing your bat because he can do that. Swing his bat around a little bit. They might be tempted to play Chris Jordan in that role because he can bat a little bit more. So Jai Richardson, Riley Meredith, Chris Jordan, 2 out of those 3. And just say the top 6 guys, 6 batsmen in a 20-over game. You play 6 batsmen in a 50-over game. Go and deliver. And just say, look, that's how we're going to play it.
Well, we're going to know tomorrow. But there is that issue, as we're talking about, is they need that little, the magic of the 5, 6, 7 that Mumbai gives you, where you have 3 players who can change the game in 10 balls with their bat, as well as come and bowl as well a little bit. Well, can they get that option from anyone there tomorrow? Can they fit that person in? For Rajasthan, of course, it was Ewan Morgan who let it slip in one of the press conferences that Ben Stokes and Jos Buttler will be opening the batting for Rajasthan. If that happens, you've got Sanju Samson at 3. Where are you going then, gentlemen? And we spoke about this, I think, yesterday as well. Jofra Archer, of course, not available for the first few matches. We spoke about this, and you said that you were not entirely convinced with Ben Stokes and Jos Buttler both being top of the order, Harsha.
It might be good for them, but I don't think it's good for Rajasthan. Unless Rajasthan says, look, we will back people like Riyan Parag, we will back people like Mahipal, Lomror, Shivam, Dubey, and all these guys to come in and bat 4, 5, 6, 7 till we get to Tewatia and Morris. Tewatia and Morris are probably 7 and 8, given that you already have Stokes, so that's your 6 bowlers. Tewatia and Morris are probably 7 and 8. Maybe if the start is really good, they're 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But then you've got to back yourself. You say, okay, we'll go really top heavy. We'll go Stokes, Buttler, Samson, and we'll say that's how our team is, guys. We're really backing Shivam Dubey, Mahipal, Lomror, and say we back you to take the team from there, and we'll play like that. They still have to depend a lot on the spin of Shreyas Gopal. He had a sort of iffy season last year. Shreyas Gopal, Rahul Tewatia, and now so much depends on Chris Morris. I mean, we're talking to Dooley the other day. He says the better Chris is Vokes, not Morris. But we'll see how. But now there's a lot of pressure on Morris. See, it was damn cool being Morris all along, because who's the focus on? The focus is on Stokes. The focus is on Buttler. The focus is on Archer. I'll take the money. I'll come in and play this 2-in-1 role. It's not his fault he's got the money. Let's make that very clear. Now suddenly, Morris is the leader of the attack, because who's he got around him? Stokes, who will give you 3 overs maybe. A good day, he'll give you 4th. You've got Karthik Tyagi. You've got those kind of bowlers around you now. So Morris is the leader of the attack, so he's got a lot more responsibility on him.